Kenda, if we want people to befriend youth in our congregations, how do we even go about making it happen? Where do we start?
Yeah, right, because it's not going to work for us just to say to, a volunteer or even a well-meaning congregant, hey, why don't you become friends with this young person, or to a young person, why don't you just be friends with this random congregant? One thing, there's a certain amount of anxiety that comes along with any kind of new relationship, and that's particularly true if the relationship is with someone that doesn't fall within our normal comfort zone for friendships, right? So that is and cross-generational friendships are often outside of our comfort zones. So I do think that one of the huge skills that we can help congregants develop in terms of building community with young people, and to also helping them tap into the fact that, this is a community where we're going to try to demonstrate God's delight in you. Right. You might not get that in every community, but in this community, that's going to happen. So what does that mean? I mean, on the one level, it means that there's some intentionality of the congregation as a whole to be making the congregation a space of celebration for young people, a space in which they're acknowledged for and seen for who they are, so that we know if they have taken their driver's test, somebody in the congregation notices that. So there's the ministry of noticing that we can cultivate and claim as something that our congregation is going to get good at. Okay. Then there's the individual skill sets that we can help people develop. So one of the things I've learned in our own congregation is it really does me no good to encourage people to become mentors, for example, of young people without giving them some structure that goes with that. And that structure generally looks like things like a timeline, and with some concrete ideas of, okay, if I'm going to befriend young people, what does that look like? And then that's kind of contextually driven.
Right.
It might look like I'm going to, make an effort to go to this young person's plays at school. It might mean that I'm going to, be checking in on their family if they need anything. I mean, it kind of depends on where. But what we need to do is be able to, as the youth leaders, be able to give our volunteers and give interested congregants who want to be able to support young people, and they do. I mean, I don't think this is a matter of will. It's not that people don't want to befriend young people, they don't know how. So give them a step of 5 things, If you're going to befriend young people, you're going to be part of our ministry of noticing this year. Here are 5 things. You're going to remember their birthday. You're going to find an excuse to celebrate them wildly, extravagantly, beyond all reason, for whatever excuse that you can come up with. And you will do that before Thanksgiving of this year, so that people have some structure that they can work within. You will contact them in person in some way in our congregation, maybe on Sunday morning, or maybe through the phone, or maybe through email, every other week. And things like that are actually very structured, very concrete. They seem so kind of obvious to people who are youth leaders because we've gotten used to doing it. And we forget that there are so many people in our culture who just never interact with anybody outside of their age range. So we have to sort of build the bridge for them so they can walk across.